Yo, folks, again, every time I record, every time I'm here with you, I feel excited, I feel happy. And as I promised to you, I told you that I will disturb you till you become fluent in English. And today I've brought a guest who has lived in South Africa for over 9 years. And she even forgot how to speak Portuguese. So I'm going to talk to her about her experience, how she learned English, and how what she had to do to learn Portuguese again. So, hello, Miss.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good in you.
So, you good?
I'm good.
What's your name?
Albanicia.
Okay, so we're going to be talking together, but sometimes you will have to look at the camera.
Oh,
Okay, so first of all, I would like to know in which year you went to the country that you learn English.
I went to South Africa at 2009. 2009.
Okay, so how old were you on that time?
I was five. It was 5 years. Yeah.
Oh, so you were still starting like your growing journey.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to like you forgot Portuguese.
Yes. It was difficult for me because when I got there, I didn't know how to speak Zulu, didn't know how to speak English.
Hmm.
So my first day at school, like yeah, I think it was one of the worst days of my life. There are things that I needed to do, but I couldn't say it because I didn't know the language and stuff.
Okay, so how long did you take to learn the languages of that country?
Luckily, I had a great teacher, my aunt.
Mm.
She was a great teacher. She taught me the language by talking to me using their language. She never talked to me using Portuguese or Shangan or any other
Oh,
language. So I had to listen to her whenever she talks and try to understand. She's trying to say this and that, and that's how I learned.
okay. So here she wasn't giving a tip, but I think that was a great tip. Like she learned the languages of South Africa in the languages of South Africa.
Hmm.
So that is a tip. You can learn English by listening and speaking the language. So okay. So you took how many years did you take on that country?
I took over 9 years, I think 10 years, because I came back 2018. Yeah, 2000, December 2018.
And you had forgotten your mother language.
I had forgotten Portuguese.
Oh my God. So how was it like when you came to Mozambique and had to do everything again? Like this is your country, but you had lost your what can I say? Your nationality. So
Mhm.
how was it like being here again? How did you learn Portuguese again? How was the experience like in a new country but in a whole country at the same time?
Wow, it was very challenging. I remember I couldn't speak very well Portuguese, and my sister, she would laugh at me all the time. All the time she would laugh at me. And that hurt me. And I was like, no, you can't laugh at me because at least I try to speak your language, which is Portuguese, but you can't even speak my language. So
Okay.
relax there. But
Yeah.
as she laughed at me, that made me feel like um minor, and it made me want to learn more the language. So
Yes, you.
every time she laughed at me, it was a motivation to go and look fun ways to
Yes,
learn
like that was
Portuguese.
yes, you use that as a motivation
Yes,
to learn
yes.
the Portuguese language.
And other thing that helped me was watching movies in Portuguese, although I couldn't understand anything because at home there were channels where everything was in English, so
Mhm.
I like to watch those channels. But my aunt was like, "No, you can't watch those channels because if you do that, you won't be able to learn Portuguese. So try to watch everything in Portuguese."
Portuguese. Mhm.
So that's what I did. Chatting with friends. I had my cousins, friends from here. They spoke with me in Portuguese. They helped me like with my mistakes and stuff. Like
Okay,
yeah.
so how many languages you speak now?
Now I speak Portuguese, English, and about English and Portuguese. I can say that my mind sometimes gets confused. Like,
Wow.
yes, my mind gets confused. Sometimes when I speak Portuguese, there's some words that I want to say in English. Sometimes when I speak English, there's some words that come in Portuguese. Like,
Like you have a bilingual
uh,
mind.
yeah, I
Wow,
can say
that's
that's it.
impressive. Actually, I would like to have it. I mean, I'm working on it, but I will have it
No,
one
it's
day.
not a good thing.
Really?
No, it's not a good thing. It's not a good
Like
thing.
sometimes you're speaking Portuguese and then the words appear
Yeah,
in English,
yes.
like you bug.
I bug. It happens when I'm talking English too. There's some word that I forgot. Huh? How can I say it? How is it said? I know, but I forgot.
Wow. Okay. So, can you give us tips to learn English?
To learn English.
Like the
Wow.
way you learn Portuguese. Like the way you learn Portuguese, I want you to give tips the same way you learn Portuguese to the guys that are trying
To learn
to learn
English.
English.
Okay. Spending time with people who speak the language you're trying to learn
Hmm.
is very helpful. Listening to music, watching movies, videos, everything like chatting with friends using that language you are trying to learn is going to help. Is very very helpful. And reading books. Yeah, I remember I used to read a lot. I also read too. Now
Okay,
I like
so
to.
that's impressive. So I would like to hear you speaking. I would like to listen to you speaking the South African languages. So I would like you to choose a language. First, I want you to tell me how many languages you speak. South African languages.
South African languages. I speak English. I speak Zulu. I speak Swati. I speak Sotho, I speak Setswana, Sexhosa,
Hmm.
and Xitsonga.
Wow.
Yeah, and a little bit of Africans.
Okay, so what is the language that you say here? I'm a master.
Zulu.
Okay, so I want, all right. So I want you to speak Zulu. I mean, I want you to tell me a story that was something that you will never forget, that you will never forget, but in Zulu.
Wow.
Perhaps, yes, like maybe a love story, maybe a emotional story, something that lives with you till now.
Okay.
Perhaps something that made you feel happy, perhaps something that made you feel sad. I don't know. Just something
Okay.
that you remember and you will never forget. In
Okay.
1 minute, I want you to tell us this story.
Okay. I'm gonna talk about my experience when I left South Africa to come back in Mozambique.
Okay.
Mangisuka eSouth Africa ngiza ngapha eMozambique. I was hurt like inhliziyo yami yaba buhlungu because bengingafuni ukubuya. Bengiphila impilo enhle that side, but ngoba bengishonelwa abazali, so kungamele vele ukuthi ngibuye, and ukubuya kwami kwangibuyisela emuva ngoba ngahlala ekhaya for 3 years ngingafundi ngingayi esikolweni. And yeah, mina vele bengihlakaniphile while bengisafunda esikolweni, but ngicabanga ukuthi le minyaka eyi-3 engayifika ekhaya yenze ukuthi ingqondo yami ibe a little bit slow, and yeah, ngi-lose i-focus.
You done?
I'm done.
Wow, that was impressive. I think that what was the best moment of this interview. And one of the things that I think I understood is that you said that you stayed 3 years without going to school.
Yes,
3 years. When you came to Mozambique, you stayed 3 years
at
without going to
home.
school at home. And if I'm not mistaken, you said one another thing that you said is that you were starting feeling that your mind is becoming slow
Slow,
and things like
yes.
that because you were not having the experience of the studies. That interview was amazing. We have to end it, but I would like to be talking to you more, but we can take a lot of time,
Of
so I don't want
course.
it to be boring. So one message to that guys that are watching you, I don't know if you want to talk about learning English, just tell them something.
Yo, guys. Oh, I don't know what to say, but okay. Keep learning English. As my friend says, good things take time. You won't learn English by just a day, a week, months. It takes time, even years. Even myself, I'm still trying to improve. So yeah, keep on.
Yeah, so guys, that's it. That was amazing. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm emotional. I'm about to cry. Is it possible to see? So, yeah, don't forget to subscribe, put your like, comment, and peace.